Yeah. Okay, we start the Musushmus. Start. Want to give?
Musushmus.
One of the Kinyone HaTorah is Noise Ba'olim Chaveron. What it means Noise Ba'olim Chaveron? To take the Maila of Noise, to take Noise to carry the yoke with your friend. Your friend has a yoke, and you carry the yoke. This is one of the Torah Nikes Behem, is Noise Ba'olim Kol Chaveroi, Ki Tchunoso B'nuyos HaKoches HaNefesh Im Koach HaSechel Davka Yachad. The Tchuna of close the door, the bar is the basement. Okay, it's close it. Close it. The Tchuna, the big Chiddush Goldstein Moed, how it's built, the Noise Ba'olim Chaveroi is one of the Koach HaTorah, because the Tchuna is built on the Koach HaSaneh. What?
What's the Tchuna mean?
Tchuna, you have the
Concept.
No, concept means like your midos, not midos. When you're born, midos that you're born.
Okay.
It's called not midos that you acquire, midos that you're born. So get him a chair. This is. So it's not stam. It's not stam achas. Now one of the Kinyon HaTorah, because it's not stam. It's because the tchuna of is built on the koiches hanefesh with the seichel dafka. This is the big chiddush. You see, it's not like you're working. Let's say a guy works. Let's say is a shoemaker. It's not connected to his mind. He could be a shoemaker and not connected to his brain. A guy could work and be working in a car park. He works in cars, driver. Nothing connected to their mind. Your guy works in the kitchen, doesn't connected to their mind. The chiddush is the midah. It works with the koiches hanefesh with the seichel together. With the seichel together. He says, wow, this is a big chiddush. Wow, this is a big chiddush. Unbelievable chiddush. That what? That the noise boil goes to the tchuna. The quality of that person, not midos, the midos of essence of a midos of a person, it works together with the seichel. It's a big seichel. It means the guy works, and it works dafka gam yachad. It says, ima koicha sech dafka gam yachad, together, also together. A person could do noise chaveru without the seichel, but it works together. Dafka? What would together? You look at the language.
The Iker is the first one.
Dafka? Gam yachad. He says.
The gam is pachod.
Yeah, but it tell you it works together, also together. It means, I heard the Rabbi said this word once. I heard the Rabbi's word. One time the Rabbi said a very powerful word. It's even this, the Rabbi's word, he was worth it. He had this Musish was been telling the Rebbe said. One time all the family got together, my brothers and sisters all together, and Chanukah time, Pesach time. Rebbe says, listen, all the family together. But he said like this. It says in Tehillim, Hine matovu manoim. Everybody's singing. Hine matovu manoim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Maybe as a kasha. What does gam yachad mean? What it means gam yachad? Shevet Achim, all this thinking was Gam Yachad. So Rabbi said to us, Rabbi said a powerful word, he says. It can be all brothers together, but not together. Shevet Achim, but not together. It's a Gam Yachad, they have to be also together. Not only physically sitting there, family, when they sit in the Chanukah time, Pesach time, families together, Shabbat, Unatais together, This Rebbe word, I heard from the Rebbe himself. This is Mama's word from the Rebbe, he said to the family. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Not only he says here, you think they say the Kochas HaNefesh works dafka. The mind is one world, and the Seichel is and the Kochas HaNefesh. You see my hands. One is like this, one like that. No, they work together. It's the mind and the Kochas HaNefesh. Also, it means they work together. Don't think that everyone works own mechanism by himself. They're working together. Gam Yachad. Not separate. Everyone by himself. The Nefesh, the Kochas HaNefesh, together with the mind. Psh, wow. Unbelievable Chidush.
Right.
Now he says like this. Velo ya'ilu. Look at the big Chidush. It doesn't help a person that teva, it can be a rachman, it can be mercy. It doesn't help. Tzarich lishtamush. I say, listen, I'm a nice guy, I have a heart, I have a leftov. It doesn't help. Have mercy, it doesn't help. So lishtamesh hasech, you have to use the seichel. To be a person that is mercy, he must use the mind. He must use the seichel. Without using the seichel, it won't work. No, so move it, do it too. The seichel. She said like this. So you think to say, listen, I have a bid of Rachmanis. Very good. Bid of Rachmanis. Bid of Rachmanis is a powerful midah. But what? Has to be with the seichel. Because Hagufa Raya, what is the biggest Raya? And Chazal tells us, Chazal tells us that Shaul HaMelech had Rachmanis, and Agag Melech. He had mercy not in the right place. And he lost his malchus. He had midas achmonus. He was a king. He said, Shaul. He says, Chazal tells us he was me'al everybody. But he had mercy, not in the because he used a seichel, not every place he had mercy. One time I was in the Beis Medrash years ago, and the other Beis Medrash was a guy in yeshiva. A guy came to collect money tzedakah. And they maybe threw him out. Says the guy's a liar. I said, Rabbi, liar? Who knows? He's a liar, he's a fake. Is it? And he threw him out. So Rabbi told me, get his name, where he tells you where he works, where's the place. He says he works in, someplace near Tel Aviv, this area. He works there and where, and he says exactly what he's doing. Rabbi sent me till there. I traveled to the place there. And I went to the place. That guy never worked. He's not there, never.
You never what?
Never was there, never worked, nothing happens there.
But they knew him.
What?
They knew him.
No.
They didn't even know him.
Nothing even there. Jacket, I got a jacket. So I said, Rabbi, how you have a chzori? He says he's taking money from the boys they don't need. Yes, I'm not a chzori, I have a chmones on the boys in the yeshiva. So I looked at him, he was achzori, hard. But no, maybe it had rachmanis and the right thing, not, if not, nice, be nice, but he's taking boys' money from the boys. So Rabbi told me a rule. He says, a guy comes to the yeshiva, collect money, a shekel to 10 shekel, you always can give. You always give, no, because it's not connected if he's a liar, not a liar. You can give. More than that, you have to check. I mean, a guy comes to the Beis Medrash, guy gives you money, you always give a shekel. If he's a liar, give him a shekel. The 10 shekel, give, basically, 5 shekel. You know what I mean? He give the thing. But the guy needs, if the guy knows, if you know story, because if not, you you're done. You cannot do something because you're not allowed to give more money if you're not allowed to give money if it's not right money. Ain't more gunning. Not people. So to give everyone 5 shekel, 10 shekel, is even if it's a lie, you still can give him. Rabbi said to me. No. Don't look, guy knocks on the door, comes to Meitzat, comes to Atzion, guy gets door, give him 5 shekel, 10 shekel. You know, it's not a, you don't check him out even, nothing. You give him, you don't even check. You want to get more, they have to check. See? Because you give money, if you give to him, you don't give to your family, you don't give to them, you don't give it to them. Because you have to have seichel. This is what Rabbi taught me. To have this, if somebody says, you want to have rachmanis, you want to do chesed, you have to use seichel because midos with seichel go together. It's not separate. Rachmanis and a seichel are two separate words. It works together. Rachmanis and seichel work together. You're not a wishy-washy person that he can push you off and everything. You know me, everything. No, everything has a seichel. If the Yeshiva asks you a favor, Yeshiva asks you, you don't have a question. Maybe you don't ask questions. You do it. Because you have to be a slave. We brought the Sami Kellen once. You have to be a slave, an eved, to people serving Torah.
To what?
You have to be a slave of people. You have to be a slave to a Talmid Chacham. Talmid Chacham asks you a different question. To be a slave to them, you have to mishamish them. It's a schus. Okay, he needs it, doesn't need it. You have to mishamish. You don't question, you don't even ask questions, you don't even dan, and you don't me'acher it. You do it. Because Talmid Chacham is different gedorim. Torah and Chesed is a very different gather. It's a gather of Shamish Talmid Chacham. It's a different gather. But Torah and Chesed, in the world of Chesed, you have to know, you have to use seichel. You have to seichel. And he says here, Lo ilo lezeh ma she'odom rachmon, the third line, avatzor b'tev, avatzor ishtamesh b'seichel, you have to use seichel. V'yizboinem me'atzmoi, v'latikum, you have to think by himself, v'latikum lezulosoi. This is the Yisod here. How you know what to give? How you know, first thing, what, if you're in his shoes, what you do? If you know his shoes, what you do? You give him a shekel? You give 10 shekel? What you do? You first mizboinen al atzmoi, and then you give it to your friend. Like you. Now think. First thing, if you're in this box, in this situation, what you do? What you do? What you do? This, then your moment, you picture in your mind, you picture, and I was in this situation, what I would do. Now I do this or this. The Rabbi, my father, Zechavocho, this Rav Sadin told me, he told me this thing. He told me a couple weeks, he said, one thing he felt, the Rabbi was giving, always his eitzos was good to him. Why? Because always Rabbi was feeling exactly his situation, what he doing. And then he gave him the eitzah. Sami Kanu says impossible to do chesed if you don't use seichel. Seichel and chesed go together. Not separate, gam yachad. It works together, not separate. So first you think about yourself, what you do. And then you think, you can help the other person. If not, it doesn't work. You're not doing chesed. It's not really chesed. This is pshat. No seboil. Kaiskanu mama klol lichvoit chadasukas esoni imcho. Kavona mashebi Rashi ala kosu chazal esoni imcho. Amistake ba'atzcho kilatoni. If you do chesed, you have to look. When you see a poor person, you have to yourself, you like poor. And if you're poor, what you will give him? If you are poor, what you do to him? You see a poor person. If you see a picture, if I was poor, what I would do? Hillel Azokin. Hillel Azokin. More in Ksubis and then Ksubis. Hillel Azokin. He saw a poor person. He ran. Gdol Ador. Hillel Azokin. Gdol Ador. He ran for Oni Menatoivim. He ran a couple miles to give him comfort. Hillel Azokin.
what?
He ran to give him covered.
Give him covered.
Because he knelt, this is what he needs. He felt this is exactly what he needs.
So you,
I was in the shir one time, Chaim Zimmer in the shir. I took my son Moshe. I took it to here years ago. I took my son to hear shir of this. And then my son asked him a kasha. It was a little kasha because he learned the Cheder Vayikos. He asked him. And he told him a word. And what he says this in the shir. All guys, all of you in the shir, all students, but he's my guest. In the shir, he says, he gets up, he tells the Rebbe to give him cake and drink to everybody, to my son. Everybody says, you're students, I have to give you. He's a oreach. He got up and he gave him cake and some drinks to give him.
Answer the story. He was there by
I took my son to be Reb Chaim. So I took him, so I tell him a shir, that I don't know. He was 5 years old, 6 years old, I don't know what was it. So I took him to Reb Chaim. And then, so everybody in the shir was there. All Talmidei Chachomim there. It was all Talmidei Chachomim. The Rabbi, it was 10 people, there are 10 people, 15 people. Okay. So my son, I put him in the stairs. And then, so he said, listen, all of you are not my guest. But he's my guest. I was a sochim. So he got up, he told Rebbetzin, give him the cake, give him everything he gave him. Es oni imcho. You have to know, you have to feel a picture here. You have to picture the other person. But you have to use seichel. Don't be stupid. Use seichel. Use seichel. Rabbi used to bother him. Rabbi used to tell me, I heard this from Rabbi. It bothered people. He told me, I don't say people. He used to give money. It bothered him. People give money, people in India, for poor people. He says, you're not doing chesed. He says, you have people here need chesed. People in yeshivas, poor people, this, why giving there? Goyim, who knows what? They know all the people. It's not mitzvah shevshad acherim. People here starving. People giving there. There was a story here in England. A guy died in England. He gave all his money for horses. So Pesach I got upset. Came on Pesach I she said, what is this? They gave all his money for horses. Well, you don't train yourself to give, and then you give and then you give to horses also. Your money comes not the right way. All your money was a million something money of England money. He gave it for horses. Lost proportion. You have to train yourself how to give. It's only first picture yourself is avoider. And don't think it's easy. You want to say, want to ask a question? Only you have to train yourself. You want to ask a question?
When you say use seichel with chesed, I mean, I think, what would I want?
No, what if I was in his box, in his situation, what I would do?
Well, what would I want from others?
What I want from others, this guy comes to you. He wants a favor. What I would do if I was in this, and I was in this situation, what I want people to help me. What I want to be happy.
what do I expect from others?
What do you want? How I can help a person?
I'm poor and I come to my life and say, give me
A guy comes, listen, I want money. Say, guy, you see what you picture him. Maybe he doesn't need money. Maybe he needs. A guy came to the yeshiva story. A guy came to yeshiva years ago. He said to me, he gave Musas. I talk about this is 30 years ago. So I said, he gave Musas. He says, he asked me if I slept today. He asked me I ate today. The guy came to the yeshiva. He asked me I ate, you drank, I slept. You see me now, I came in. When I passed this couple of days, you know what happened to me? This he said to me. I learned from it. You see a person comes in, picture in Kechatziu, what basically, if I was you, what you want from him? Picture what he needs, what he doesn't need. in a guy's story with Shimon Shkop, the famous of Shimon Shkop. The guy came to the yeshiva, boy came to the yeshiva, and Shimon Shkop asked you 2 questions. When you ate, when you slept, and that was an unacceptable. He says, why you didn't ask me this? He says, I saw on you walked from one town to another town by foot. Took him a day and a half. He was a poor person, told me years ago he was very poor. He walked for a day to come to yeshiva, walked a day and a half to come. So he saw he didn't eat, he saw he didn't drink, he gave him food to eat, he gave him a place to sleep, and I accepted. He saw he wanted to learn. The point is, it's not always the seichel, you have to use seichel. To do chesed, you have to, so how he tells the chiddush how you use the seichel. How you use the seichel. Picture the person, you like him, and then what you do in this situation, he says, is 2 things, the kuda. Picture yourself like your person, and then then push it to your friend. If I was in your situation, what I would do, take a pic. What I would do, picture that, and then push it to your friend. This is noisei baruch Hashem. It's a big chiddush God le'amoid. It's not like that. It reminds me, one time, my uncle, Uncle Jay says, years ago, talking about how many years ago? Is that almost 15 years, 16 years?
Uncle Jerry?
Yes. So one time we came to, he came to this wedding or some bris came. He gave everyone $100 everyone. So I asked him, why give us money? He says, you don't understand. I felt how you came here. You had to travel, you had to go out. Your coffee was also how you came. I agree with you, you love me, you respect us. But you didn't, I picture exactly everyone you here came, it cost you at least a couple $100 to come to Ashkelon, come back. It costs money. I agree with you, care family, but a picture, what we need, it felt good, like he went over. You think if it was in that situation, what I would do? This is the step of noisei boil. It's a big chiddush how to do it. It's 2 steps. One picture like you're the poor person, you're your friend, what you do in this situation. Second thing is try to push it to your friend. Again, picture like you the poor person, you like the person is, and listen to me. This mama, Saba Mikelem has a couple pieces. And this mama, you can work at least 2 months, 3 months on this mama. I tell you, in the book, he has big things about this mama. This is one of the, he starts to say for Chochmah Musa, he starts with noisei baruch Hashem. The baby worked at it, I remember, maybe 6 to 7 weeks, maybe a month, 2 months maybe 3 months, I don't know how long. The yeshiva, all the yeshiva worked on it. And this mama, has a lot of pieces of it. But the mama, noisei baruch Hashem, the baby mama took on it and he worked on it, and maybe all the pieces. Every piece he worked on it and worked on it. The yeshiva, this is not stam mama. It's a mama, you have to put in it and work on it. It'll change your life with your children, with your wife, with your family. You can make yourself new again. Excited new again with your wife and children. Be alive again. With yourself, with your family, your children, parents, everything new again. Family, yeshiva, everything again. It's not stam mama. According to one of the biggest sodas. To work on it. Va'iko, this is the iko. La'redet el ha-protim l'tchunosam. You have to go with protim. And this is the iko. To the protim, no details. Work on the protim. Go to the details. To the tchuna. But this is now the iko yekorim. This is the Ike Kohen.
Go to the main characteristics.
Go to the protim.
And go to the specifics. The
main or the specific? Go to the protim. Don't go general. I look at a person, Jenny, how he looks, how is this, how is that. Okay. But this is the key. So the Rabbi say, V'ike agos svoro. You have to do svoros how to help your friend, like a sugya. Ike agos svoro. You have to work svara like I have a sugya. You have to have a svara. When it comes to your friend, your wife, your children, you have to use svaras. How to help them out. Not only use details, you know the tchunas, and they have to mechadish a svara, how to help them out. Wow, there's a big chidush. It's like a sugya. He calls it Aga Svata Svara. He holds mamish. Every Jew is a sugya, and you have to look at it with svara. ומשהיבנו כמה פעמים, זו לזה היא כליל המלס. This is the כליל המלס. This is wow. This is like the crown of all the qualities. Noise b'ol v'chaveira. This is the crown of all the midas. Noise b'ol v'chaveira. V'chein היא קודמו לתורה. This is before the Torah. The chetz kol Torah goes on what? Is what? Noise b'ol v'chaveira. כי התורה היא כליל המיילס לרמה חברו שסוגו ידוע. לכן נוכחו מכלולים אשר מסגלים כוחס הנפש והנפש כדרך שלקין התורה איני לא דיסטים ואשר היא כליל המיילס. ואחרי שנועסה בו לחס מהם אין כחודש שהיא כליל המיילס. בפרט מה שוגע לזולוס הרבה מגוף ובמנשו.
Does this mean, Rabbi, when you say the pratim, not the ikar?
You have to look on the protein, because this the ikar is the protein, not only klal.
Does this mean that, for example, I have to know my friend
And look at what he needs and details, not only general.
and I know exactly what he likes and what he doesn't like.
Right.
And I give him the things he likes and I don't do the things he doesn't like.
Right.
Specific for my friend.
Right. I want to tell you something. It reminds me of my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law used to sit down, we used to talk what we like, we don't like. She always listens. She used to me, she used to listen. You like cake, ice cream, chocolate. She used to listen. Or when the kids talk, she used to listen. Always remember herself. Dad, he likes nice thing, this, like this. And she remembered it. They're talking the way everybody's talking, not, I like this. And then later, she used to give them what we need. Because she realized, you learn when the kids' children talk, when the people talk, you learn what they need, what they don't need. You know what they want, they don't want. You go to the pratim. You don't do general. You go to the prat and noise and feel the pratim, not the klal. Go to the pratim. Go to the pratim. But this is a tremendous chidush. Who's ready to change his life and at least work on it till tomorrow? 1 day, 2 days, this week. This week to work on it. This week to work on this midah, noise ba'oil. This week to try to work on noise ba'oil v'chaveiro. One of the things we have to noise ba'oil, families here cannot, we cannot take family, you have a pratim here, the boys in yeshiva, and nothing personally with the boys, and not personally the families. It bothers the families because it went over tree. See who? It went over general, but it went over the boundaries, so you have to do separation. I mean, like everything, because noise people cannot live that way. You have to noise and chaver, pay attention to people's feelings. Families have to be careful. Could be married, boys, girls have to be careful. Especially when it be a ben Torah. Yirat Shamayim, you have to be that midah, noise You have to noise and the people, families live here. They have girls, families, have to be careful. Was this one of my I have to stop working, see?
I wonder why it was closed over there.
One of the students here, his son, years ago, he made a decision not to talk girls till he gets married. And then I saw what Hashem did. He tried to do it for years. And when it came to get married, Hashem made miracles for him. He got an apartment. First, he got a good girl. He got an apartment for 600 shekel. And Bnei Brak, 3.5 rooms. For all his life, he doesn't have 3 rooms for all his life. So I asked him how he got that. It was the Ekdesh, and his father got pitomi and he got it, and a miracle of a miracle. He got a beautiful apartment, only 600 shekel a month. 3.5 rooms. How he got that? I saw this. He told me why. Because he made a decision not to talk to girls till he gets married. He made that separation. He had Sata Dishmai. He had Sata Dishmai. No, he made that grounding. This is a big test for our generation. Because if you work on yourself, Hashem if you do it, Hashem definitely will help you. I have no question about it. Because this is a test our generation without no end. If everyone will do a little bit, to change. Because we needed to work on it. So now we have this Nisayon. What?
Work on what?
No, I said, boy. Stop. Not the girls. But no, I said, boy, there's only one prat. There's only one prat. This could be other things. Not dafka. This is the yeshiva. This is the yeshiva kloli. You have to work on your own, not connected to you, Chaim. But all of us connected to everyone after no sibon in the own, every person in their own word. So we're okay with Zat Hashem, with Sata Yishmaya. Skadei Yishmei Rabo. Amen.